are at Klatch, and today is Friday. That means it's another Coaster Friday. Today we're going to make a Christmas coaster using scrapbook paper and resin. For this coaster, I need some resin, and I have mixed about 1 ounce. And I'm going to add some color to it, some pigment. And I'm going to use this opaque red, and it's made for resin. So I'll add a little bit in there, mix it all in really well. Then I'm going to pour it right on into my mold. Then I'm going to take my lighter, pop the bubbles, and then we're going to let this sit a minimum of 12 hours. The coaster has cured, so we're going to just pop it right out. And now we have just a plain red disc. What I want to do is just do a Christmas tree on here. I have this travel scrapbook paper, and I just pulled it out of my stash. And we're going to make a tree out of this because I thought it would look kind of cool and maybe just a little bit different. We haven't done anything quite like this. So using my decent scissors, not my crappy ones, I am going to cut a tree. Just a triangle. And we'll put that just like that. And then I'll use this musical note paper and we'll cut just a little rectangle and make a stem. And you can size this any way you want. I think I do want the tree a little bit larger. I want to find a place that has an interesting pattern on it. There, that's better. There's our tree, and now we can think about different ways to maybe give it just a little pizzazz, maybe a little sparkle. We're going to use our Super Gloss Mod Podge now, and I'm going to put some Mod Podge over the whole coaster. And that's just so it has a consistent look to it, even if you're not gluing anything on there. Probably I should start with the trunk. I'm going to do the back of the trunk with Mod Podge. Place it. Go over it with some more, and you can still move it around. And I've got my tree cut out. We'll go over the back. Once it's laid down, you want to just brush over it and then take your finger and make sure it has a little Mod Podge on there and smooth it out. That's just to make sure you don't have any bubbles underneath there and it's not lumpy. And we'll go over it again. And you want to take extra care to go over the edges and make sure you get a good amount of Mod Podge on there. You don't want it pooled there, but you want to make sure that every edge has been touched. And that just prevents any resin from getting under there later. So it'll be nice and sealed. And you won't get any blotches on your paper. So go every direction. Then you want to let it dry, and I will come back and do a second coat. And when we do our second coat, that's when we can add some embellishments to make it look a little more festive. Though if you do like a little bit of a plainer look, this is super cute too. Once the first coat has dried, you can add a second. And the nice thing about the super gloss is that it starts almost clear already. So you don't have to worry so much about there being like little foggy spots or anything. Now that I have this coat on, I'm going to use it as an opportunity to dress it up a little bit. I'm using these teeny tiny little seed beads. And I'm using these little ones because if I use bigger ones when I pour the next layer of resin on, it might not cover And that's since I took it out of the mold. If you left it in the mold, you could go with the bigger seed beads. But I thought these were just enough because I don't want to overwhelm the simple design either of the paper. Now that I have these on, I'm going to add a couple bugle beads at the top so it almost looks like a star, almost, sort of. And now we're going to just let this dry, and once it's dry, we'll put the next layer of resin over it. And it'll be a little bit more of a simple design. Our Mod Podge has cured, and I have some resin mixed. I'm going to just pour it right over. We'll move it around, make sure it gets to all of the edges. Now I'm going to take my lighter, pop the bubbles, let it sit a little longer, pop it again. And I'll do that until everything is clear of bubbles. Then we're going to let this sit a minimum of 12 hours. The coaster has cured, and here it is. It's a nice simple design, and if you tend to go more toward a little simple design, this is perfect for you. You can use any kind of papers that you want, and I think it's kind of charming. I hope you guys like it, and I hope you appreciate that there's just so many different styles, and people like so many different styles, and the possibilities are just endless on the little pieces of art you can make with your coasters. Thanks guys so much for watching, and I hope you like the Christmas coaster. If you are still having trouble getting notifications for when some of my new videos come up, another subscriber had a problem with that, and she told me that if you go to the subscription, you unsubscribe and then resubscribe and hit the bell, it'll start up again. So she says she has to do that every once in a while for whatever reason. There must be some problem with the whole YouTube notification system. I don't know. So if you do that, in case you aren't getting them, turn it off and turn it back on, and hopefully that will help. If anyone else has any tips, I would love to hear them down in the comments below. And I will definitely see you next time, you guys. Remember, life's too short not to shimmer, so grab your glue gun and your glitter. Stay safe. Bye, guys. Happy holidays.